Tell 'em Tribe Tarot. Daily readings for my tribe. Subscribe to my channel.
Peace, Gemini. I am Cherokee with Tell 'em Tribe Tarot, coming to you with another intuitive tarot reading. I trust that this reaches you in the best of health and energy. Take what resonates and leave behind what does not. And we're going to get some hidden messages from your person. Hidden messages from your person. What do they want you to know and what you should do about it? So Gemini, someone feels like you need to let each other go. So they may be hanging on to your energy. They regret lying to you, but they know they cannot treat you better. I'll pull one more card because I feel like Spirit is saying to pull another card. We both know I am not the one for you. So Gemini, someone is admitting that they know they weren't the right fit for you. And it's so hurtful for them to admit this because I feel like this person genuinely wanted to be the right person for you. But because of all of the disagreements and the inconsistencies and the incompatibility and the constant requests for the same things over and over again and not getting any results, I feel like Gemini, you may have asked this person time and time again for their truth and just to keep it real with you, because I feel like for a lot of you Geminis, like you gave this person your all and you were willing to sacrifice to be with them. You just wanted them to see you and you wanted them to show you who they truly were so that you could protect them and show up for them and have a life with them and share anything that was placed on the table and carry that burden together. But I think Gemini, this person was your karmic because they didn't understand what it took to be in a relationship with someone like you. I feel like you intimidated them. And I feel like you woke this person up. I feel like now that this is coming to an end, I feel like we've been talking about the end a lot lately. And I feel like someone is going to watch this video and it's going to bring them to tears because you're now facing this truth, because this is something that was hard for you to face before, because you look at this, the 9 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This is the energy of what you watching this video right now and just not wanting to come to terms with this reality, because all you wanted was for this person to find the courage to open up to you, and you are now facing your truth. And your truth is that you are an empath, you're a healer, and this is not going to be the last time that someone you love and care about and that you show how to love is going to hurt you and break your heart. You attract these people who need love. You attract people like this who don't know how to love themselves or has mistaken love to be forms of other things that were unhealthy and toxic, and they found comfort in your care and the way how you nurture them and their situation and how you're so patient and how you don't ask them for the same things that the people in their past asked them for, and you just made them feel like a renewed person, but this person was fighting their own demons. And I feel like Gemini, all you want is to gain the lesson from this situation, because with the Sun as the major arcana card here as your energy, your overall energy is that despite this situation falling apart and you watching this video in tears or becoming emotional with this, is that you're coming to terms with what is. And for a very long time, you knew that this relationship was over before it even started, because I don't even think you were able to call this a real relationship. And when I say a real relationship, not because it wasn't a real connection. I don't think for one second that this connection was not authentic What I do think is that this connection was built on dishonesty because this person wanted to release their truth on demon time. They are a person of light, which is interesting. They speak of light and they embrace the light, but secretly they do things that does not align with the light. So they may be living a lie, Gemini, and that's why they couldn't commit to you. They couldn't commit to you because they weren't telling themselves and the people around them the truth about who you were to them, Gemini. And that's why you constantly had to ask them for the truth over and over again. And the moon card being the challenge is that this is Pisces energy. Heavy, 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 heavy Pisces energy. And you were just hoping that you could just change them. I know this is not what you think occurs in human nature. You know, Gemini, more than anyone, more than any other sign in the zodiac, possibly, that you can't change anyone. And you two were like night and day, and you saw that this person was struggling to match your energy, but it's just that they had demons within themselves that they have to fight on their own without you. And this person is so hurt because they know that as where they are right now, Gemini, they're not ready for an energy like yours. This person is hurt, Gemini. This person is hurt. They regret every single fucked up thing that ever happened between you two, even though this person initiated 90% of the fucked up things that happened in between you two. This person is remorseful. And they know that it's going to require some sacrifices to change. And it's just something that they cannot do right now. They just can't do it. It's just too much. And I'm not going to tap into their energy so much. I don't like, going that deep into an energy of another person without permission. But because this is for you, Gemini, I feel that they were genuinely trying to change for you, but it was too difficult for them because it wasn't their time to be in your life. Because honestly, Gemini, if they would have changed for you, like you were influencing them in the recent past and showing them the best of both worlds, it's like you were their toxic addiction, because you would lower your vibrations to embrace their toxic ways, but then you would show them the way out, and it made them feel good because they know they can go up and down with you, but it drains you. And they know that they are not ready to drop every single thing that they have going on to keep you around, even though they don't want to lose you. And the reason why is because they just didn't value you as much as they wanted to. And I don't think it was the wrong time in Gemini. I hear some of you saying, I feel like someone is saying it just wasn't the right time. If I would have met them, just a year or two down the line. That's just not how this thing works. You were supposed to meet this person to plant the seed of change within them. And I know you may be tired of being the seed to that sprouts hope into other beings, and then they become better for someone else. Who's to say they won't come back for you? But it is not your job to wait around for them. It was just your job to show your true unconditional love, and for you to grow as well, because there's some things within you that your inner child needed from this person as well, Gemini. Your inner child needed nurturing by this person. This person might have been an older person in your life. The roles can be reversed, an older woman or an older man, just an older person. And subconsciously, Gemini, you would fight with yourself about leaving. You knew that if you stayed, you would have to stoop to many levels of petty to stay. And I'm not just talking about petty. This person had their hands in so many things. They are so, it's like being in a gang. That's how I feel this person's energy is so tied to the fucked up shit that they have contracted themselves to be a part of. It's like they're part of a deity that they cannot disconnect from, and it's not a good one. And your energy is too clean, it's too pure. And they know this, and that's why they had to let you go. I don't think them letting you go was their choice, Gemini. I think you pulled back. I think you pulled back, you know, because you knew that you had to do it because you were losing yourself bit by bit with everything that you've been through in the past. You know, from the beginning to now, with all your different relationships, you knew that this relationship was coming, because I feel like for some of you, you may have experienced in the past another heartbreak, and you constantly feel these heartbreaks, but every single time you get your heart broken, Gemini, it's broken in a different way. You know, it's like a glass breaking, and then you pick up another piece and then it breaks a different way. It doesn't break the same way twice. So it's just like each time you learn a different fragment of yourself. So you knew this was coming again, but I think that you're at this point in your life where you were just like, you thought this was going to be the person that was going to help you to mend everything, but that's still your job, Gemini. And I know this might sound confusing, like, how can I feel so at home with someone who felt like they were my all, the person that I felt like I was supposed to close out my time on this realm with, this person that just felt like they were my Jedi. I've never watched Star Wars, so I don't even know what the Jedi is for real, but hopefully I used it in the right context. Maybe, you know, this person was just your light, but they were also your darkness. Their shadow side just was too dark for you, Gemini. It was too dark. I had to get that off my chest. That was so heavy. And if your eyes are welled with tears, allow it to flow. Allow it to flow and allow yourself to feel these emotions, Gemini, and allow it to just come out of you, because I feel like a lot of you are bottled up with this energy because you are so hurt. I feel like you're so hurt by this. I feel like this person may have taken you on this ride, and you were just like, I gotta get off this ride. I have to get off this ride. And this was you right now, like, you know, your whole thing was, I can't act like I don't see what's happening here. I've grown from this situation before. It wasn't exactly in this way, but I've grown from this situation before, and I have to step out of this. And that's what you did. And it was at the expense of your own heart, but you have to choose your purity and your love and your sustainability. You know, you have to choose your truth before settling for someone's lies, even if they're lying to protect you. You don't need that kind of protection, Gemini. And now I feel like there's sometimes where you feel remorseful about the step that you took, but look at this possible outcome as the Judgment card, with you changing, with you evolving because of this, with you attracting someone that may be able to stick with you through the long haul. Maybe your journey of being the healer for all of these people may be slowing down, and you are really going to find a life partner that can really love you and care for you when you're not able to care for yourself, because this is what you've been for everyone else for so long, for the people that you care about for so long. You know, I see that you've been moving so fast away from this energy. You wanted to get away from this energy so quickly because you knew what was happening. There were people coming towards you with fuckery and foolery. There were people pointing out the obvious to you, making you feel so stupid when you shouldn't be, because you shouldn't feel silly that this was your experience. This was a genuine experience on your part, Gemini, and that's where you forgot. And that's why you were so heartbroken, because you felt so stupid. You felt like you should have known better. But Gemini, you are not wrong for showing love to souls who need love. But when you realize that these souls are sucking you dry and pulling on every bit of your existence to stay alive and to stay afloat, and even after that they're still sinking, it's now you have to cut the ties. And that's what it is with this Eight of Swords, as your goal is to cut the ties and see beyond the circumstance and realize that you cannot change anyone's ways, especially when they are soul tied to their ways and the people that they're affiliated with. And this energy is needed for you to go through this so that you can remember once you get to this 10 of Swords energy and you feel like the world is caving in, that this shit is coming to an end. This cycle is ending, but this person just wants you to know. And when it says here, we need to let each other go, this person is saying that, but you've already let them go. They're telling themselves that to make their ego feel better. This person is fighting demons. This person may have been a narcissist. And this person is fighting narcissism because they are a rare type of narcissist at that. Like, they see their fault and they felt guilt. Not guilt because they were caught, but guilt because they genuinely knew that they had someone right. Someone who was down for whatever, but they just could not meet you where you were because it required a different kind of sacrifice that they just don't know how to give, Gemini. You challenge this person in the deepest way. And then now, Gemini, how you look, how you're approaching the situation now, you're looking at the entire situation. Like, at first you were looking at it like it was a waste of time, but this was a powerful investment with the Seven of Pentacles. Because now you looking back and you seeing how you affected this person's life and their and the way how they make decisions. You still changed them, Gemini. I don't think that you went into this situation trying to change anyone. I feel like you ended up making an imprint on this person's DNA, on their heart, that will be stamped forever. This person will never, ever forget your impact. And this person will fight a lifetime trying to get right so they can even have a taste of what your energy may feel like again. Because Gemini, they won't feel this energy again. Gemini, they will not feel this energy again. And in your environment now, you're just freeing yourself. You're freeing yourself. And what your guides want you to be careful with is that, you know, in your journey to experience a new cycle all over again, you have to still take these lessons that you've learned and apply them early in the next wave. Don't wait. Don't give the benefit of the doubt when you know, because in the past you learned more about your intuition. You got disconnected from your intuition for some time and you didn't know what your voice sounded like. So that's why you heard me say that I identified that you are a healer. Some of you felt despair, depressed, and disconnected. And you felt like you were losing it. I feel like someone cries on impulse. That's why when I first started this, I feel like someone is just going to be emotional. Like, this video is just going to trigger them. The title might trigger you. My voice might trigger you. My advice might trigger you. Because you know that you've been feeling this heavy weight. And now a change is happening because you're going through a cycle, Gemini. Every single day in your life is a cycle, evolving to become a pure, untapped version of yourself that attracts the highest beings in this realm. You are so protected. And although you may have felt that you neglected yourself for this connection, and in some rights you have, or you did, but the only neglect was not acknowledging when it was time to leave the first time. When you taught this karmic the lesson, because I don't know if this is your soulmate, Gemini, not right now. Who's to say a soulmate can't become, someone can't evolve into someone who feeds your soul once they start feeding their own? But what I can say is that you showed this person your soul. And this person did not know how to hold on to it. It was too powerful for them. You intimidated them that much. So when you start this new cycle in your life, Gemini, your spirit guides are telling you to pay attention to the small details. Pay attention to the cracks in the sidewalk. Pay attention to the way how the sun shines between the clouds and how the silver lining looks like a Picasso. Pay attention to how you feel initially when you feel as though the truth is not being given to you, because you are of truth, Gemini. Gemini, you have many faces, you have many facets, you have many realms of experience. They call you the dual-charactered one, Gemini. Some call it two faces, but it's because you know how to evolve through every circumstance. These experiences are honing you as an individual so that you can be skillful in all aspects of your life, not just love. And when you get hurt through your circumstance, you don't become bitter, you don't become remorseful, you become grateful when you understand that these experiences are just that. Your hope is that you can recover from this, because this one hit you hard, because you were so invested, because you healed so well from your last situation that you thought you were really ready for this again. And you were. You're going to be ready every single damn time. Nothing is supposed to change when it comes to love. You're ready every single time. But just be prepared to fall hard and hit the concrete and crack some bones. But that's what casts are for, because you recuperate and you grow stronger. And you have memories that aren't supposed to haunt you, but memories that comfort you, because you were a genuine person the entire time. Your experience was not in vain. And with the Judgment card and this major change happening in your life, you becoming an angel of light and realizing that no matter what you go through, it is worth it. And even some days where your life feels worthless, this is your cycle. Because if you do not appreciate this loss, every single loss is going to feel like a devastating blow, when it's just a dig in the dirt for you to plant another seed. Spirit, what other messages do you have for Gemini before we close this reading out? What other messages do you have for Gemini? Gemini, do you feel lighter now? Ooh, let me know in the comments, do you feel lighter now? Are you understanding better now why this experience had to happen? Why you had to show this person how to love the right way? It wasn't in vain, because you knew how to love like this the entire time. This is a gift. This is your gift, Gemini. So how are we going to close this reading out? Look, Gemini, the Ten of Pentacles is here. The Ten of Pentacles is saying that you are fully abundant in your circumstance and in everything that you do, no matter how grave and dire the circumstance may look. You're surrounded by people that love you. And while in moments of despair you may feel like you are on your own, you are rightfully so abundant. So this situation, it was placed in your life to elevate you and to make you more abundant. This situation put you in position for whatever the hell that means to anybody. It puts you in position. I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, and then we're going to close this reading out, Gemini. Gemini, you are in position, honey. I've been telling you this for a minute. I've been telling you this, Gemini. This is a powerful reading. I really hope every single Gemini who was meant to hear this message hears it, and you purge. You purge any doubt that you have. You have no reason to doubt anything. No reason to doubt. This person regrets the moment they fucked you over, Gemini. They regret it. Your spirit guides want you to not be bitter and choose your words wisely. No hateful words. No, they deserved it. No, you gonna get yours. We all get what we so rightfully deserve. It is not upon us to give anyone their karma, because their experience is their karma. Karma is the reflective experience of everything that you've done in the past. So you are in no position to tell anyone how they should be experiencing their life because of how they hurt you, when you were supposed to be their experience to bless them. Let them have that. And you have this moment. It's yours. You gave wholeheartedly enough. Don't stop giving and don't stop living. All right, so let's see. Cosmic flow. You are protected by the universe, Gemini. Anything that is right for you, Gemini, will find you. Anything that leaves you is fine. Let it flow. What is not for you, Gemini, is going to float away. Don't hold on to anything that you cannot control. Release it now. Release it now. Release it now. Release it now. Any type of pain, any anger, any tension, any anxiety, any remorse, any regret, release it now. This is what the beauty of the moment is about. Everything that you're going through, it's all in for the greater good. This is your cosmic flow. Allow the universe to gently guide you, Gemini. Nothing can get to the core of you unless you allow it to. Allow your light to flow. All right? So Gemini, that is all that I have for you. If you'd like to book a personal reading, go to tellemtribetarot.com, select the book a reading link. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video for someone who needs it. Even if they are not a Gemini, somebody needed to hear this message. And I'll talk to you soon. Love and light, tribe.